everyone, and welcome to the Survivor Series review. Now, I always give fair opinions about how I feel about WWE. I will always love WWE. I'll give my fair opinions. And here's the thing. When WWE does something to annoy me, I will gladly speak out about it. And the other thing is, I'm not going to boycott a company just because I don't get my wish. Whenever I complain, I always give my opinions. And I gotta say, tonight was absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So tonight, I don't know what Vince McMahon has against SmackDown, but apparently he just hates SmackDown now. So apparently he hates Roman, he hates Sasha, and he hates Charlotte. Because they're on SmackDown, and SmackDown can't even win with those three on their show. Pitiful. And Vince McMahon was on the show today, and he showed off this big giant egg. Ridiculous. So the Survivor Series, the first match was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Damian Priest. And Nakamura won by disqualification due to Damian Priest losing his shit because Rick Boogs continued to play his guitar. Oh, excuse me. Is Damian Priest turning heel? I don't know. But it'd be interesting if he does. He looks more like a heel anyway. And then we get to our first match on the main card. That was Becky Lynch versus Charla Flair. Who said this was the main event? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Fightful. Idiots. Charla Flair and Becky Lynch had a good match. This was the best match on the card, in my opinion. This was the best match on the card. And Becky Lynch scores the win. Now, the thing that infuriates me the most is how people really ridicule Charlotte. I'm okay with people giving their fair opinions about her. I don't mind. Like, if you don't like her, that's fine. That's not my problem. My problem is people not liking Charlotte. That's not my problem. The problem that I have is that when Charlotte does decide to put somebody over, she's ridiculed. She's called difficult to work with. Selfish. Because she's selfish, difficult to work with, no one likes her, she's this and that. She's always ridiculed. And that's the thing that I can't stand. I'm fine with you not liking her. But then if you're going to believe all those bullshit reports that she's difficult to work with, or she's selfish, no one likes her, no one wants to work with her, if you're going to believe that kind of garbage, then it just shows you that you're just miserable. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch had a great match, and Becky Lynch was very, very emotional after the match, showing that she deeply cared about her friendship. I hope Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair can one day sit in a room and sit in a room together and work out their issues and get back on the same page. But I'm sick and tired of listening to people ridicule Charlotte whenever she ever does decide to do something good. She put over Becky Lynch professionally. But she's ridiculed as difficult to work with. Unbelievable. Then we get to the men's Survivor Series match. Ooh. Then we get to the men's Survivor Series match. It's Rollins, Balor, Owens, Lashley, and Austin Shitty versus Drew, Jeff, King Woods, Crappy Corbin, and Sheamus. And Lashley and Drew both got counted out. And Kevin Owens ended up walking away, which I thought was pretty funny. But anyway, Team Raw ended up winning. Because of course they did. Raw have now... Because of course they did. It came down to Seth and Jeff Hardy. And Seth Rollins got the win. Did Seth need this? Absolutely not. He didn't need it. Omos won the Battle Royal. The Rock's 25-year anniversary Battle Royal. Is anyone shocked? Even I knew Omos was going to win this Battle Royal. RK Bro would go on to defeat the Usos. And that pretty much sealed it for SmackDown. So once again, SmackDown losing Survivor Series. Again, as always. SmackDown can never win Survivor Series. Vince McMahon, since that you hate SmackDown so much, no wonder why SmackDown's better. No wonder why SmackDown's the better show. You can't... You wish Monday Night Raw was just as good as SmackDown. And then we get to the bullshit match. The match that made me want to turn off my tally. Well, turn off my laptop, I guess. It was Team Raw's Bianca, Rhea, Liv, Carmella, and Zelina versus Team SmackDown's Sasha, Shayna, Shotzi, Natty, and Toni Storm. Toni Storm looked good at least. So, thumbs up WWE. So, I'll give them a thumbs up for that. Toni Storm looked good with 2 eliminations. But she would get eliminated by Liv Morgan. And then, so Toni would end up eliminating as Carmella and Zelina Vega. God, I cannot stand Carmella's gimmick, the most beautiful woman. I can't stand it. Especially with that stupid mask. That stupid mask shit is awful as hell. And so SmackDown are basically up, like, 4-1. Shayna takes out Rhea, and Liv takes out, and Sasha takes out Liv. And Shotzi Blackheart sucks, by the way, because Shotzi Blackheart completely missed Liv Morgan with that splash. And then Sasha Banks gets eliminated by countout, when she literally got back in the ring like about 5 different occasions, and they still called her out for a DQ. Countout. Absolute bullshit. And then Bianca Belair puts on her Superman superhero cape, and overcomes the odds. Bianca Belair did not need this victory. Bianca Belair did not need this. Just because she wasn't Sole Survivor last year, doesn't mean she needs to be Sole Survivor this year. She's in a feud with Doudrop, for Christ's sake. She didn't need this. Someone like Toni Storm or Liv Morgan would have benefited more from this. Because they have big matches coming up. Tony's got a big match with Charla coming up, and Liv's got a big match with Becky. Why couldn't Liv or Toni Storm be Sole Survivors? For the latter, I prefer Toni, but either one of them would have been perfectly fine. But no. But once again, WWE are shoving another wrestler down our throats. I knew this was going to happen. This is what I predicted with Bianca Belair. I said if they keep pushing her too hard, she's going to be just like everybody else. And look at that. Bianca Belair is now being shoved down our throats. I didn't mind Bianca, but I'm starting to genuinely get sick of her. I wasn't a fan of Bianca, but I didn't mind her. She's a good wrestler. But God, I'm just sick and tired of her always winning things that she doesn't need. SummerSlam was fine. You still can have someone rebound after having a bad year. They don't need to have a good year every year. They don't need to always be in the title picture every year. You can have a superstar sit out of the title picture for a few years and still have them rebound back a few years later. Bianca had her time. She didn't need it. Toni and Liv would have benefited from this. And I hated how they eliminated Sasha Banks as well. This is what made me turn off my TV. I cannot stand how WWE booked the Women's Survivor Series match. I could not stand how they booked it. Absolute trash. Absolute trash this was. This was by far the worst pay-per-view of this year. This year's had some good pay-per-views, but this year was absolutely the worst. And then our main event was Roman Reigns versus Big E. Surprise, surprise, Roman Reigns wins. Roman Reigns wins, LOL. I prefer Roman the way he is now, but I find it funny that he's the only guy that gets a win on SmackDown. Charlotte could... Now, screw Charlotte, screw Sasha. Let's give Roman a win. Screw Charlotte Flair winning, screw Team SmackDown winning. Let's give Roman Reigns a win. So Nakamura and Roman Reigns are the only ones that got victories for SmackDown. This show sucked. This show sucked outside of Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. I'm sorry, guys. And Shotzi Blackheart sucks. I just can't stand... I don't like her. She's not that good in the ring. So if you guys did enjoy this review, hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that other jazz. And I will see you all next time.